Alright guys, we are back with some more MX versus ATV Legends, and today we have 2 new tracks added to the game. It wasn't like a downloadable update, but the game was updated with 2 new tracks to be exact. These would be the next 2 Pro Motocross tracks with Thunder Valley and High Point. Tracks have been changed a bit, some new stuff, so let's check it out and see how cool they are. First up, let's jump into 2025 Thunder Valley. Now, this track is pretty similar to how it usually is. There are some track changes in the design and whatnot, but overall, it is pretty similar. Now, one of the biggest changes, and they've kind of been doing it this year with the Fox Raceway and even Hangtown a bit, would be the corners, and I want to go over that eventually, but here's the first major track change, I guess, just the way we kind of come to the top of the hill here and then work our way back down. Just some minor changes with the track, similar to what you just saw there, but the rest of it is pretty similar. Now, there is one spot, and we're kind of working our way there, I do want to mention before we get to the corners. There's this big triple here, and I did have a recorded lap of it, but I chose not to show it because I preferred this one over it. But after this big triple, if you jump to the inside, there's that bigger rut kind of in the middle of the track. I did hit that, and I didn't feel like I hit it bad. I felt like, maybe I clipped it a bit, but mostly I felt like I hit it good, and it went down. So I don't know if it was just a kind of a rare occurrence that happened, or if that spot's really needs to be kind of worked over a bit and redone, because I never hit it again because I didn't want to crash. But yeah, the one time I did dive, not to the inside necessarily, but that middle rut, I got punished for it because we went down even though I felt like I hit it pretty good. So I did want to mention that, but also, yeah, I guess at the very end here, and we knew this because we've seen the real life race, but if you haven't, we don't run behind the starting gate anymore. We have that sweeping corner after the finish line to come out and connect to the start straight on the left side of the starting gate. So here I have a first person because, you know what, I mention it every time I use the first person cam, but in MX versus ATV Legends, they have one of the best first person cams out there. I don't like playing in first person usually, but it looks really good. It plays really good, really well in MX versus ATV Legends. So for the players, the people that do play in first person, this is for you. Now I kind of want to talk about the ruts. I know I got a bit long-winded on the track and the design and the layout, but the ruts are different this year. We saw them at Fox Raceway, we saw them a bit at Hangtown, but I feel like we actually have maybe less ruts than the year before. Say we had 4 or 5 ruts in each corner. Now maybe we have 2-3 ruts in each corner, but they feel bigger. They feel built up. And I know I saw one comment saying the track appeared to be easier, and while maybe that is the case, I actually like it. I know ruts, everybody wants ruts and whatever, but you do have terrain deformation if you turn it on to the max so you can have your own ruts. But the pre-built ones, I enjoy what they're doing. I like that maybe they took out one rut in favor of building up the ones we have, because this game, while it is way better than it was when it first came out, it still can be a bit slippery, especially if you're new to the game. And in outdoors, you carry so much speed, it's really easy to push out over some of those ruts. So having them be bigger and deeper, it just catches the bike better. You can hit them faster, you can go through them faster, and in my opinion, it makes the game more fun. Now I kind of want to go over the free ride. Now, I do believe there is an invitational race here. It was here the year before. This track is exactly the same for the most part, but it does kind of blend into a trail that takes you through the hillside, the free ride stuff. So they do have some hill climb, but as far as I could tell, and I don't have, I haven't done the invitational race too much or done a lot of free ride in 2024 here, so I don't know what's different. The free ride appeared to be mostly the same. I mean, the track wasn't different. Maybe the trails run in a different way or whatever. Maybe the hill climb is a little bit more difficult. Maybe more rocks have been added, but the free ride is pretty much the same. So this map reminds me a bit of Hangtown, because the track has a few changes, is better, but nothing major. And then the free ride is mostly virtually unchanged. So let's jump over to High Point. Now jumping over into 2025 High Point, the country club of motocross. This track is wild. The overall layout design, I don't believe has really changed from the year before, but there were a lot of small changes, in my opinion, that have improved the track. The same theme with the corners continues with High Point. But the one difference with High Point from the rest of tracks we've seen is that High Point is a wild track. In my opinion, this is probably the roughest, most difficult Pro Motocross National in MX versus ATV Legends, and it's because of how rough it is. So you have terrain deformation, you turn that up to max, and then it's really rough. And there is so many ruts on this track. But I still do believe that they may have taken out a rut or two from some of the corners in favor of making bigger, deeper ruts. So that big sweeping kind of off-camber almost corner that we just went through, if you go back to MX versus ATV All Out, that's the first time we started getting the Pro Motocross replica tracks in that game, and that off-camber sweeping corner had deep ruts all the way across it. But now, if you go to the outside, yeah, there might still be some shallow ruts or some roughness, but the deeper ruts were on the inside. So there was 2 or 3 maybe on the inside. So again, I really do feel like they redid the corners and how the ruts work and built them up. And again, I will say it again, that in my opinion, that's better because of the way the game plays and how the game still does have some slipperiness to it. It just works better. It grabs the bike better, it keeps you in the rut, it doesn't push you out over the rut. It's really frustrating. I mean, probably one of the most frustrating things in the game is when I feel like I hit the rut really good. Yeah, you'll say it's because I was coming in too fast, but even sometimes I don't feel like I am, and you just push out over that rut, and it's really frustrating. It completely ruins the lap, you go off track, whatever. You don't usually, at least I don't usually go down from it, but yeah, the way the ruts are now, it grabs you, it works better. So now I do want to ask you guys a question. I want to ask the community, because you guys are the ones that support these games, play these games, so your opinion is the one that matters the most and not mine. First, how do you feel about the tracks? And second, how do you feel, are you going to pick up the tracks? I know some people were really looking forward to the 2025 replicas, but some people weren't. Some people, while I do like getting the tracks, I mostly want the original stuff. I feel like it's time we see some original content from Rainbow Studios, and they've mentioned they're going to be doing it, so there's no worry there. But, you know, we've had them 3 times, or have we had them 4? 4 times in Legends in the last 3 years. I'm not sure, 3 or 4 times. So do you plan on picking them up? Have they been improved enough, or do you feel like keeping 2024, if you have 2024, would be enough to warrant not going in the direction of picking up 2025? I'm really curious how you guys feel and what you plan on doing, so you can let me know in the comments if you feel like it. Here we have one of the new things added to 2025 High Point, and that would be the pit bike track. Now this track is in the exact same place it always was. As far as I can tell, it's mostly exactly the same, but I didn't play the one from the year before, so I don't know, maybe there were some changes to it, but it is a raceable event now. It was just in free ride before, now it's a raceable event. And then here at the end, we have the best, the craziest, the most wild free ride, in my opinion, from any pro motocross track. Unadilla has a really good one. There's probably some others, but this is the one when I think of tons of jumps, big, dumb video game fun. This straight rhythm has always kind of been here. I believe it's maybe been adjusted a bit, but even going all the way back to MX versus ATV All Out, this straight rhythm was here. But then in the beginning, it was to the left of us, it was just kind of an open pasture with not much. But then they added a jump here and there, and then a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, whenever it was, they went crazy with it and gave us this wild, over the top Red Bull imagination type of thing. So very cool, very awesome. One of the best parts about the track, especially when it goes unchanged. But let me know in the comments how you guys feel about the tracks. Again, if you plan on picking them up or not, I'd be curious to see. But you guys are girls absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately. It really does mean a lot. And until the next video, take it easy.